Eels are about as synonymous with the East End as Bow Bells, but most jellied eels in London's pie and mash shops don't come from the city's rivers. That's partly because their numbers have rapidly declined over the last 30 years, but they could be making a comeback, thanks to the work of conservationists. Martin Stew has more details.
The life cycle of an eel is one of nature's wonders, but their future in London has been looking increasingly bleak. From birth, the eels have made an amazing journey, more than 3,000 miles from Bermuda in the Sargasso Sea, all the way here to London. But there are physical barriers like these weirs they simply cannot pass. Last year, I filmed a special eel pass being installed in Brentford. Others were fitted across London, including here at Clapton.
At the top of it, we have one of our 15 monitoring sites.
Joe Pecorelli is running the project for the Zoological Society of London.
And if we open the lid there, we can see that once the eels pass up through the Bristol Channel and they drop into our tank here, and they'll stay here for a few days until volunteers come and measure some of them and release them upstream.
Joe's team, along with the Canal and River Trust, are now looking for hundreds of volunteers to help with the monitoring.
So the idea is now you can find out exactly how they're doing population-wise?
Well, very importantly, we can see how many young.
Their numbers have declined more than 90% since the 70s, due in part to overfishing in the Atlantic.
If we see this eel is less than 120 millimetres, it is probably the case that it's travelled its 5,000 kilometres from the Sargasso Sea. It's about 130 or so mil. So this is an eel that's been in the river for a year or so, probably.
These are the lucky ones. Despite Joe's efforts, numbers are still worryingly low.
From your findings, is it going up, staying still, or is it going down?
In the 1980s there was a big decline in numbers, a crash. We're yet to see a sustained recovery, so we're still at a very low base, and that's why they remain a critically endangered animal.
The measured elvers are released back upstream. They'll mature in the fresh water for up to 20 years before returning to the Sargasso Sea to end their life.